settle into class, get cozy. It's a nice warm welcome to a fresher time of year. We're going to go through a nice sort of nidra practice in terms of deeply relaxing the body, and then go into some stretches, and then finish with a little bit of movement that makes us feel like we're ready for the day. All right. So when you're ready, lie down, make yourself a little snug. Get proper snug. And let's be gentle with our bodies. Did you sleep at all, Amy? Not particularly, okay. See if I can get you some recovery now. Feel free to lay on your side if it's any more comfortable. Feel free to be on any kind of bolster, like this is what I've set up, that might be easier. So I've got a block and then a bolster or some sort of pillow, and then lay with your lower back on the floor and you're more of an upright position, so the weight's more in your hips. So see if you can find something like that to sometimes it's just a matter of stacking a pillow and then a different pillow so that you've got something you can do that with. Cool, and then just put one of those pillows down a bit. That's it. So that there you go, perfect. And then the other one might need squishing up a bit as well, so it's higher. Where's your bolster? Get your bolster. And then when you're comfortable, everyone just take a really lovely deep breath in. And then breathe out, finding sense of space in your body. So every time you breathe out, feel like it's creating space around your body, in your body, for your body. Have your palms turned up. The energy of your body really open in your chest. Have really nice heavy legs, but in that sense of relaxing, not heaviness in mind, but just deeply grounded, soft, relaxed. Take your deep breath. As you breathe out, let it go even more. Feel like you actually put your body onto the mat, onto the blanket, onto the cushion. Take a moment to be there. Take a moment to be in this release. Come into the sensation of your breathing and the terms of watching it. Allow it to be your rhythm counter. just count down from 15 on your next breath, letting it be natural rhythm. When you finish counting, notice the rhythm that is with you, but focus more on the response that that's done for your body. Notice the weight in the back of the head. Notice the weight through the shoulders. And how that can further release the way that the arms feel right to the fingertips, through the face, the jaw. Even the forehead feels wide and long. Draw into the chest, the rib cage feels soft, relaxed. Everything in between the two sets of ribs. Stomach, lungs, heartbeat. And down into the hips. Relaxing through the pelvis, down through the legs, really softening the muscles, allowing the joints to ease through the knees, down the legs, through the calf, the shins. To the arches of your feet and all of the toes. Take a deep breath now. And as you breathe out, really be with your whole body, lovely and relaxed, freeing of tension, teaching our body to de-stress. ready, just open your eyes and be this relaxed in the room you're in. Almost to the state where your eyes could close again. But give this energy to your body and let your mind start to look for color, texture, shapes, sizes, or anything that you can find in variety. Especially color, even acknowledging the time of day, the day of the week, letting the mind be awake, the body still sleepy. And just move the hands and move the feet and bring the feet to the ground. You may wish to stay in the position you're in with your upper body if you're using cushions. And what I'd like you to do is just bring one foot across the other. See if you can find a comfortable position with a glute and hip stretch. So one foot across the other. Let the knee push away gently. You may still be on the cushion, you may not. But just allow to invite the stretch through the hip. And you might want your hand on the knee that's lifted and just generally guiding it away. If a little rock feels good today, then do a little one. You might want to stay where you are, otherwise it might be nice to drop your knees and legs into modified half lotus, but still with the sense of that big bolster supporting your back. Changes the dynamic in the hips, so just be comfortable. Try and still give your physical body that energy of deep relax when we go into a bigger stretch like this. So I'm testing the body, just allowing the muscles to go into a further release. Feel the stretch in the joints, the muscles, the fascia, without any tension building in the torso, no tension building in the shoulders, not even the feet. Letting the mind acknowledge that the deep relaxing and the stretching come together. See, your legs want to adjust themselves to something more comfortable, but still with a stretch. Take a deep breath And then when you're ready, bring your knees in and generally just sit with your feet flat, and we'll go the other way. So the first position is to just bring the foot across from the other side. Just see what it feels like. You might want that little rock. Opening up through the thighs, outwardly rotating. Pelvis at ease, body at complete ease, practicing deep release in the hips. Emotional tension as well as physical tension hibernates in there. So I want to give it some relaxed energy, release, feel better in our body in many ways. When you're ready, feel free to drop your legs if you want to into that modified half lotus and just see what the difference is this side. See if it's more relaxed or a little more tense. What's happening this side of your body is a unique observation. Checking in with the rest of your body, though we're stretching the hips. Make sure there's no tension creeping anywhere else. So we've done a deep relax for the body to try and stay that way. Check that nothing creeps into the jaw, the forehead, the shoulders, the abdomen, the glutes. The more that you're trying to let your body relax, the more those legs might want to adjust. So then just move them into a slightly more comfortable position for deep relaxation, still with acknowledging hip stretch. See if you can dissolve the intensity of the stretch by relaxing in your mind, softening all around the stretch itself. Take a deep breath whenever you need to. Noticing that shift of energy, really calm. And yeah, it feels good to release tension. When you're ready, going to bring the knees up and the feet grounded. Just draw your knees together and your feet wider, so your thigh bones are going in a different direction to what you're just stretching. So feet wide to the edge of your mat and knees together. And notice that that's an opposition to what we've just had in the thigh bones. If it feels good, you stay where you are. If it feels like you want to, feel free to sort of do a little bit of your windscreen wipers, dropping one knee down, dropping the other knee down one at a time, just increasing that range for the inner thigh and the outer thigh stretch. So just one at a time drops down, then it positions still, and the other one drops down. Good. So it's like one windscreen wiper at a time. Slightly different to normal when we do both together. But this is a nice way of getting that inner rotation of the hip without there being any stress. So trying to get just one leg rolling right in, opposite to what we've just done. Off your take a nice deep breath. Come into some hamstrings. So what we've done, we've loosened the physical body to take away as much tension as possible, and then there's a sense of release through the depths of the hips and the back. So I wonder today what it'd be like to get a bit of a hamstring stretch, and I'm encouraging you to use a block if you've got one to help reach your body forward. And when you do that, if it feels more comfortable to have a bolster on your body, give it a bit of a hug, fine. But we won't be here that long, but it's just nice to bring a little bit of length into the back of the hips, not just in the rotational of the hips. So first we'll do the back of the hips. Just tuck your chin in naturally, rest your body onto your thighs. Use a block if you want one. To see if you can create length rather than go down to your legs. Think about bringing your chest towards your toes. So it's a lengthening through the back of the leg, the back of the hips and the spine. When it starts to feel more comfortable, do your feet in a flex position like you're standing in a forward fold. Draw your chin in lightly like a forward fold. And see if you can create more length in the back of the legs and more forward with the chest. You can allow your body to relax in this pose, because sometimes that's the case. Then take another deep breath and see if you can go just a fraction more, letting the body have its length. time's right, slowly coming out of it. Take your time. If you're sat on the block, feel free to then sit further onto it or just come off the block altogether. And then allow your hips to sit level and sit back. So if you can see my shoulders directly over my hips. So try not to sit with any bend in the spine. Sit with your weight directly over the hips. Good. And then just relax the legs. So coming into a position where we want to split the legs, a bit like spiral setup. So the foot comes towards this knee, so the knee is almost in the arch of one foot. That's it. And then let the other leg be quite tight behind you, and then just lean back. And start to get a stretch into the quad of the leg that's further behind you. And see if you can lean back and almost push your hip forward. If you're flexible and you want the block under the hip, feel free to do so. And just give yourself that extra sense of reach. So the block goes underneath the hip and thigh. This is almost like a half saddle, but the intention is to get the stretch at the front. Now we've just done one at the back, but without using the back. This is only in one leg, not in case you're wondering if it should be in both. A deep breath every now and then feels good. Cat hair everywhere. Mouthy last night. Good. Come through, come up, take the block out if you've had it there, and then swapping sides. So set up the body first, that the foot is around the knee. So you're kind of pushing, you're joined. There's no gap between you and the foot. The other leg is behind you so that you're getting quite a nice strong saddle position with that leg. And if you want the extra, you pop it underneath that hip. Lean back, make sure that you've got a big stretch, keeping the knee on the floor. And looking to stretch anywhere that's tight through this leg that's the foot's behind you. So that's the stretch leg. This one's just supporting and relaxing. Good job. Come on up. Undo the block if it was there. Put it off to the side, you won't need it. And then extend your legs. You can sit down the mat or off the mat, doesn't really matter. But just then do, if you look at my feet, they're going over one way and then over the other. So all I want you to do is think about having your thighs rotate from your hips. So try not to do it from the knee, do it from the whole hip, and turn the thigh bones as if you're about to roll that way, and then turn the thigh bones there. And your feet are the windscreen wipers, And your thighs are rotating through the hips. Yeah, good. So try not to just get it, yes, good pin, not to get it just from the feet, because that could happen, is that we just use the ankle joints. We want to try and use the whole thigh bone from the hip. Good job. It's nice to keep mobility in your body for a functional life, not just as a yoga class, but a lot of this stuff that we do with the hips is very healthy for the body to stay in movement. Then bring them in nice and close and see if you can sit your bum quite close to your heels and see if you can pull in a little bit. And just practice having your feet on the ground and your hips low, and then try and do this with your chest. So try and pull your chest back. Use your hands, sit tall. That's it, good. So that there's still weight in your feet. So actually feel like you're about to stand up. Put weight in your feet, almost a little weight out of your hips, more in the feet and hands. Keep your back straight. Using postural muscles here, using pelvic floor. Hi, Dexter. Still can't get over last night. I told Steve about it when he got home. It was about 11:30, and I literally just burst out laughing again as I was telling him. It was so funny, and he goes, "Oh, that's funny." I was like, "No, I haven't finished. It's more funny in a minute." And then he thought it was funny enough. I was like, "No, there's more." With the news we'd had, I think he thought I'd be crying, and I wasn't. I burst out laughing because of Amber. Thank you, Amber. Good. Take your legs forward, shake it off, and come on over onto your knees. So we're going to do just a little bit of a sphinx. If you'd like a block here under you to help you with your sphinx, what will happen is you leave your belly on it and your elbows on the other side. So you've got a nice support and quite a high reach of your sphinx pose. But what we don't want is strain in the neck. So if today, it means that your eyes need to be down a bit, because if you go there and your ears ring, or you feel like you're jarring your neck, then look where the highest point you can without any of that. And physically use your postural muscles to come up, rather than your arms. So feel like you're able to push your hips down towards the floor. And this is basically a back bend. Anything we do in vinyasa flow with back bend. Think up dog, cobra, standing back bend, spiral, anything with an arch, a hip bridge. So think about pushing your hips, pubic bone toward the floor, ribs lifting and expanding in the front, softening in the back. And there's no real pressure because you've got the weight in the legs, you've got switched off glutes, weight through the bolster or cushion, and your postural muscles are a little active. Use your back. Just take a breath. You've got just 1 minute left. Try not to shrug your shoulders. Keep them relaxed. Good job. Coming out of this, I'd like you to just lay gently on the floor. So pull yourself off the block bolster a bit and then get rid of it. To then lay gently on the floor. Use your hands like a pillow or have a yoga block for your head. Take an extra couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, hands by the side of your body, lift up onto your knees and draw your flat back. Good job. Going to take a seat so you can sit facing me or you can sit in the length of your mat and just take a moment to settle. We're going to do a little twist, and in doing that we'd like you to lift one foot up and take the foot to the opposite side of the opposite thigh. Opposite. You know what I mean? And then the opposite arm hugs the leg and twists. If it's awkward, use a block behind you to help you get more lift rather than lean. So if you were to have your hand here and then feel like you're on a diagonal from hip to shoulder, we wouldn't want that. We want to try and stay straight. So you could use a block if you want to help you stay upwards, and use it under your hand, assist your body, and then just gently twist. No pressure, no pushing, no pulling, just rotation. Feel the stretch in your body and connect to where. We'll all be feeling it in slightly different places. Most of us will feel toward the hip that's lifted and the back ribs of the arm that's supporting the twist. Ready? Very slowly undo, but don't change your legs. Feel free to pass the block behind you. So if you were using a block, push it behind you. And you're going to very slowly revolve the other way. And then you might want to use the block again to guide you back. And then taking an open twist. So the legs haven't changed, but your body's rotating now the other way towards the foot that's across the body. Undo. Leave the block where it is so that you can change legs in your own time. Take a moment. If you felt a lot of movement there in the back of the ribs or the waist, just take a little bit of a shuffle. And then go the other side. Other foot comes across, lands on the ground, opposite arm to leg, hug. Use the block so that you stay very upright in your spine and rotate. breaths, bringing back into that relaxed physical body, especially the leg on the floor. And a mixture of deep stretch and relaxation in your body at the same time. When you're ready, slide the block behind you, start to undo, keep your legs as they are, and rotate to an open twist. Keep seeing how far you can go, so you've got real nice rotation through the body. And then let it go. Undo the legs. And just take a bit of a release. Do whatever you need to do to soften off the ribs and the back body. Good job. Alright, so I'm going to take my socks off because I don't want to slip on the mat. So if you've got socks on and you want to do that, feel free. But when you're ready, I want you to just come over onto your all fours, tuck your toes under, and feel that you've got a little bit of pressure in the feet. Warm them up a little bit. Flex the toes back. And when you're ready, tuck your body and lift to down dog. And just find that length that we gave it through the spine. The hamstrings length. Soften through the hips, the thighs, the back. Walk your hands to your feet and take a forward fold. If it's too much, bring a bolster and have it in front of you. And then just tuck your body and fold down the legs. Use a few deep breaths. Good. Then when you're ready, bring your hands back forward to down dog. And then step whichever leg you want outside of the foot for a lunge. Drop the knee and take a light twist in the hips. So you bring a hand to thigh. And just do a little bit of movement to open up in mobility, a bit more strength. Then tuck the foot, lift the thigh, reach the arm, and take a bigger twist and bigger heat through both legs. So really stand on both feet. Feel like both legs have got weight through them. Well done. Drop the knee, drop the hand, take the leg back and go the other side. Stepping the foot wide of your hand, keep the back knee down and take a twist through the body facing the thigh. Deep breath. Let your back hip drop. Chest is up, eyes are open. And when you're ready, tuck the foot, lift into the foot so you've got pressure through both legs, and reach the arm if you can all the way up and back. The knee comes down, the hand comes down, step back and lift your hips to down dog. Come through to plank, take a breath beyond the knees, lower your body to the floor. Take your back bend, see what happened earlier with your back bend, so use your earlier of the lifting of cobra, and then come all the way up to up dog. Find that straight spine we were practicing last night and this morning. Use your posture muscles, and then when you're ready, use your core, lift the hips, turn the feet, down dog. Let's do it with breath. Inhale through plank. Knees please. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Knees please. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend, lift, turn your body up. Find length, exhale, down dog. One more time, breath in, exhale, breath in, and down dog, exhale. And then come to child pose, knees on the floor, and just rest your hips, take the weight out of your hands. When you're ready, take a breath. You might want to sit on a bolster. You might want to sit on a cushion. You might want your socks back on. These colder days. Sit comfortably. Find pressure into the hips, but sitting with that lovely upright posture. So I want you to use the cushion to support you to sit back with crown over the tailbone rather than weight forward. Okay, so lift up. And then come into the mudra where I'd like you to take your pointer finger to the root of the thumb. And then extend your 3 fingers together and out. And just lift your chest and sit back into the hips. Take deep breath into the body. And settle your hips down into the ground. Every time you breathe in, elevates the chest. Every time you breathe out, you sit heavier into the hips without losing that upward posture. It's really key to teach the body down in the hips. Don't hold tension, but don't lose posture. to give you some imagery just to explore and draw on the emotions. And just think of your favorite time of year, for whatever reason that might be. What's your favorite season? What's your favorite time of year? And as you think about it, draw in the detail into the allowing the emotions to attach. Just think about a beautiful destination that you've been to. One of your favorite places that you've seen. Why was it magical? What memory in that travel, the destination you were, doesn't matter if it's across the ocean or not, anywhere. And how did you feel? What did you see? What was so perfect? And just draw on those memories. Now think of something you're really proud of yourself for. There's always something. Like for you to practice thinking about something that you're good at, something you know you can. That might be caring for others, it might be a subject, a job, whatever it is, a hobby. What are you good at? What do you know is your strengths? Your posture. Try not to drop in the forward body. Smile. Deep breath if you wish. What's something that you could focus on with your strengths that you think you could utilize to do something you want to do? Maybe you could allow your strengths to not worry as much. Maybe you could use your strengths to explore new boundaries or new opportunities. Make a decision, take a breath, and almost feel like you affirm it. What can you do today for yourself? How do you want to show up for you today? How do you want to show up for others today? We're just looking at today. Who is it that needs you on your A game today? And what can you do to focus to make sure that you do all of that? Bringing a sense of ease and certainty. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to prayer. Exhale. Honor your body. Thank your body. And your pure soul, your kindness, your care, your love, your generosity. Namaste. Well then, it's gonna be a good day.